Hey, what's up, YouTube? It is Melanie back with what I am listening to this week. I have a lot to show you, so this will probably be a longer episode. I pulled a lot out this week for several different reasons, and we'll get into that. So let's just go ahead and get started. Starting with the tapes first, as always. Surprisingly, I haven't listened to this in a while, and that is Worm with Gloomlord. So this is the Headsplit Records tape edition that I got couple months ago. I actually do have this on vinyl, but for whatever reason I've been listening to the tape a lot more, and there's really no reason for it. It's just, I don't know, I just pull it, it's right there, it's easier. But it's this really cool fluorescent green shell. So yeah, Worm is a phenomenal like funeral blackened death doom band out of Florida. They're currently signed with 20 Buck Spin now, so they're gonna be recording their new album soon. So yeah, this was one of my favorite releases last year. Just fantastic album. You're probably gonna hear my dog barking at. As you can see, I'm in a different location today, so she's just barks at everything. But yeah, this is amazing. I love this album, and I hadn't listened to it in a while, so I pulled out the tape and I spun it for a few times this week. But yeah, like I said, I have the vinyl too, so and I'll probably show that off in a vinyl episode sooner or later these days. But Worm is fantastic. Just yeah, I absolutely love this album. I love the artwork on it too. So but yeah, really good stuff. I'm excited for the new album. Second tape I pulled out this week is solely based off of seeing an announcement on Instagram where these guys recently just signed with Translation Lost Records, and that is Caged with Stricken by Continuance. This is their Transylvanian Recordings release that they put out on this really nice like pink shell tape. Just really good death doom metal band. I know I've talked about these guys in another video a while back, but yeah, really good band. Was really happy to see that they signed with Translation Loss. Made me super pumped, and yeah, they deserve it. So I know that they are actually repressing this on vinyl, so for the first time ever, and those just went up today for pre-order on Translation Loss's website. So I will link that. The mock-ups of the color variants look awesome. Translation Loss pumps out really good vinyl, and yeah, so congrats to these guys. Really good death doom band. And this is a phenomenal album. And I don't know if these are still for sale or not. I'm not sure, but as always, I'll put the Bandcamp in my description. So next up is several CDs that I have. First things first, I'll talk about this. So I've had this Hideous Divinity album. I can never say the name of this album. If you guys know how to pronounce the name of this album, go ahead. So fun story about this. I've had this CD since it came out, several, like 2 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago. But I've never been able to play it. I bought like a bundle package to like just throw money and support the band. I don't know if the vinyl was out yet at the time, but I got a t-shirt and like this through Century Media, and I've never been able to play it. So I've had this for years, I've just never been able to play it, strictly just to throw money at the band. So knowing that they just released their new EP this past Friday, I pulled this out when I got my CD player this week, and I've been listening to it nonstop. So this is a really good technical death metal band from Italy. If you're not familiar, there's I think 1 or 2 members from Hour of Penance in here. Just really good. It's a really good album. And their EP that they released this Friday is incredible. It's 3 songs. One of the songs is a Coheed and Cambria cover, which is interesting, but it's actually really good. I prefer this version of this song because I'm not a huge Coheed fan at all. So it's like a death metal version of one of their songs. But yeah, it's just a very simple booklet. It's got some cool artwork in there, lyrics in there. Really good band. I just hadn't listened to them in a while. Like it kind of fell off my radar a little bit there until I started syncing back up with Tito from Everlasting Spew, and I think he's like some sort of a manager for this band as well. So yeah, this was fun to pull out. Surprisingly, still held on to this. Like I said, I got rid of a lot of my CDs. The jewel case is a little bit busted up because it's gone. It's been sitting in a box. It's kind of but whatever. So yeah, pulled this out. So I think I'm actually gonna try and get this on vinyl if I can find a copy of it, because this album is fantastic, and I like to collect things on vinyl too. Whatever, just waste more money. Next is another CD that I've had for a long time, since it came out, however many years ago, 2018, I think, 2017. I also just bought this to throw more money at the band, support them, but I also have the vinyl version, and I also have the tape version. This is also one of my current newer death metal bands that's just top tier for me, one of my favorites. Some people think they're overhyped, but I do not believe that at all, and that is Blood Incantations with Interdimensional Extinction. So this is... yeah, I mean, do I even need to go into detail about this? Like I said, I have this on every format, but I bought this strictly to just support the band. It was available on 20 Bucks Spin's distro when I first saw it, and I didn't get it then, and I was like, you know what, if it's still there after a while, I'll pick it up and get it. Actually, no, this was 2015? Wow, has it been that long since this has been out? So I've had this for a long time. Yeah, simple card. But again, it's Blood Incantation. Do I really need to talk about this? Like, this is just iconic stuff. This band is phenomenal. I absolutely love them, and I love pulling this out every once in a while, listening to it. I do listen to their other albums a lot, so this one had been a while. But yeah, like I said, I have the vinyl of this too, and if I ever do like a vinyl collection video, you'll see that there. So amazing. All right, on to the vinyl. Since talking about Translation Lost, I pulled out a couple records from them. This is just incredible. I love this band. Everybody knows I love this band. I talk about this band all the time. Recently signed to Metal Blade now, so they're no longer on Translation Lost, but I do have all of their releases from Translation Lost, and that is Wake. And this is their full-length Misery Rites. I believe this is their first full-length. Incredible. I love this band so much, and this album artwork is so good. Like, look at that. I haven't listened to this in a long time. I got this at the beginning of the year because I hadn't bought it yet on vinyl, and I saw they had more copies of it, and look at that. This is probably one of my favorite vinyl pressings. Just the red and black splatter with the like blob in the middle. It's so nice. So yeah, I pulled this out this week and listened to it, and this is just still incredible album, still so good. Their newest album is really good too, and then their Confluence EP that they put out recently is amazing. Everything these guys do, I absolutely love. So yeah, just incredible band, incredible album. If you have not gotten onto the Wake hype train yet, please check this band out. Give them a chance. It's more like a blackened death metal band. I think that they're even considered black metal sometimes, which I don't believe that at all. Like, it's definitely a death metal band. So I've seen some people say black metal, but it's not. It's definitely more blackened death metal. But good stuff. Really good stuff. And please don't eviscerate me in the comments if I just pissed you off by saying that. Everybody's ears are different. Some people get really triggered by that shit. I don't know why. So yeah, Wake on Translation Lost, and I think those are probably still available. And then the next Translation Lost album that I pulled out is a band that I actually had no idea who they were until last year, and that is Teeth. And this is their The Curse of Entropy release on Translation Lost, like I said. So this is amazing, chaotic death metal, just chaotic, heavy as hell death metal. This band is fantastic, and the first time I ever heard them was last year. I think this actually came out last year. No, it came out in 2019. I saw people posting this all over Instagram on the vinyl community, and I was like, what is that? I have never seen that before. And I finally went over and I listened to it, and I immediately bought it. So it's on this like fluorescent pink with purplish blue splatter. It's like obnoxiously bright. Like, look at that. Yeah, so this album is great. If you're not, again, on the Translation Lost atmosphere, go over there and take a listen to their roster. They've got some really good bands over there. Glorious Depravity is another band that I love. Swamp Beast is on Translation Lost. Teeth, the old Wake albums, the Death Doom band, that's incredible. I actually was gonna pull that out and listen to it this week, and then I never did, so that'll probably be next week. Yeah, they've got a lot of really good artists on their label, so definitely check them out if you have not yet. All right, yeah, this album is just, it's nuts. It's pulverizing and nuts. So, all right, next up is one that I actually have not listened to in probably over a year, and it is some amazing technical style death metal. Revocation's The Outer Ones. This is their latest release from 2019, I think? 2018? Wow, man. Where are the years going? Metal Blade Records, Revocation. Do I need to go into more detail about them? I go into a binge whenever I pull out their albums, and that's exactly what I've been doing this week. I unfortunately don't own any of their other stuff on a physical format, which will change soon. I'm looking for their older releases to see what I can find on vinyl and CD. This is like a nice blue smoke with black record. I think this might be a first press. I don't know. I know I pre-ordered it when it first was announced. So, really amazing stuff. Dave Davidson, if you don't know him yet, if you don't know Revocation yet, like where have you been? One of Metal Blade's best bands currently. This band is incredible. The stuff that they've released over the years is nuts, and they're phenomenal live. They put on such a great live show. Dave Davidson is an incredible guitar player, just super talented guy. He has another band called Gargoyle. It's not really my style of music to say, but it's still nonetheless a really good side project that he has, and I know it's gotten a lot of praise from people in the metal community. Just does collaborations with like Luke LeMay and all these other amazing death metal artists and metal artists in general, and he just, yeah. So Revocation is an incredible band. This is an incredible album. All their other albums are amazing too, but this is their newest release, and I cannot wait for them to come out with another release. So again, I feel like I don't really need to talk too much about them. You probably have heard a lot about them. I'm saving my favorite for last. So this is another release that I hadn't listened to in a while, probably since last year, honestly. One of my favorite releases to come out last year, too. So also probably one of my newer favorite modern death metal bands. At the moment, I pretty much love both of their records that are out right now. Anyway, I will stop talking. This is Ulthar with Providence. This is their second full length, I believe. Cosmivore was their first. Amazing progression from their first album. Amazing. This album is so good. And I don't know why I hadn't listened to this in a while. I honestly don't know. But you know, Ulthar is just, they're just an incredible band, man. Like, I don't know, these guys, and they're just in other bands that are amazing. Like Shelby, I believe he's I can't remember what Shelby's in right now. I'm blanking, but he's in another band that I love too. Is it Bastum? It might be Bastum. I can't remember right now. I'm tired, guys. It's been a long day. Inner sheet. Yeah, I pre-ordered this thing so fast when it was announced on 20 Bucks Bin last year. It's nice, like Pepto-Bismol pink with some splatter. Incredible album. I haven't listened to this in a while, so it was a nice familiar album that I probably spun I don't know how many times when this came out last year. It's just a lot. Just incredible. I love this band. Cosmivore is really good too, and I really loved that album too when it first came out, but this is definitely a step up, a really good progression with the band, their sound, everything. I mean, yeah, I love this album so much. Anyway, and you would think that would have been the best for last for me, but no. So you guys should know, the Black Dahlia Murder is probably one of my like top 10 favorite bands of all time. I have a very, very strong connection with this band. I was pretty die-hard fan for a long time there, in like the Blast Fiends Facebook group, was very active there. I created the Black Dahlia Murder subreddit on Reddit 10 years ago, 11 years ago. It was back when Everblack first came out, and that's when I created it. So I'm the creator, and I modded that for a long time. I have not touched it in probably like 2 or 3 years now, sadly, but I think some other people are still keeping it going over there. So yeah, I'm a huge Black Dahlia Murder fan. I loved every single one of their albums, including their newest one, Verminous, which is incredible. I actually listened to that this week too, but I chose to, I've listened to that off and on a lot since it came out last year, so I don't really count it as something I hadn't listened to in a while. But whenever I do pull out stuff to listen to by them, I tend to only listen to them for either the whole entire day, or weeks at a time, or months at a time. And I'm currently at that point again where I'll listen to something and then I'll go back to a Black Dahlia Murder album and I will listen to that probably for the rest of the day. And that is what happened when I pulled out this bad boy, Nocturnal. So I have several variants of this. This is one of my favorite albums by them. It's not my absolute favorite album by them, so I'm not that person that absolutely like this is my favorite album, but it is one of my favorites. Just iconic album. So I decided to pull out a variant that I haven't really shown off that much since I got it. It's a repress I got through Night Shift merch. It's just, you know, how I've mentioned how I love the gray vinyl. It looks more clear in the light, but it's definitely gray. I think they call it something. I don't remember what they call it. Yeah. If you're not a fan of Black Dahlia, I'm sorry, you might as well skip through the end of this video because, man, I love this band. I love Trevor. I loved, just when I first heard Miasma, I feel like that just kind of really, really set the tone for a lot of the music that I currently listen to now, which is like Dying Fetus and like all of these other metal bands that I really hadn't really given a chance until after I started listening to this band. I've seen them live several times. Just Trevor is a force to be reckoned with live. The guy just puts on an incredible show. Like, the whole band puts on an incredible show. Trevor just is all around just the coolest guy. I love the article that he does, the obituarist on, is it Metal Injection or Metal Sucks? I don't remember, one of those metal blogs where he talks about, you know, death metal bands that you should listen to. He's really deep into the scene and he's really passionate about it, and he promotes all these bands, and like I follow him on Twitter and he'll post something and I'll listen to it, and a lot of times I end up buying it, so that's just not good for my wallet, Trevor. And I've told him that numerous times. He recently followed me on Instagram, which was like the biggest fangirl moment I've ever had. It was like, did I just see that right? So thank you if you're watching this. That made my day. I even like, my wife was sitting right there and I was like, holy shit, Trevor just followed me on Instagram and liked a couple of my pictures. So there you go. My whole life was made at that point. So yeah, this album just really, you know, it's incredible. It's definitely high up there in their discography for me. I'm actually going to do a discography video, so we'll get to that someday. Right now I'm choosing to hold off on that because there's a couple other variants that I recently just picked up that I traded with some people, so I'm waiting on those to come in. But Deflorate is another one that I just fell in love with, and yeah, I'm saying too much. I'm gonna completely ruin the video that I'm planning on making later. So yeah, Black Dahlia Murder, just, yeah. I know not everybody's like obsessed with them or anything like that. Some people just are not. It's not their thing. Like, the melodic death metal thing is not their thing. But I think it's, you know, like I said, it's just one of my all-time favorite bands right now. So that's all that I had this week, guys. I have a massive collection update coming next week. I just got a couple of things in the mail today, yesterday. So people send me stuff, so that was cool. And then I have a couple of vinyl coming. So might not be until the middle of the week. Some of the stuff's not coming until like Tuesday or Wednesday. So heads up on that. I know the collection updates do really well. Those are some of the highest views that I have on this channel. And then surprisingly, the Black Metal Mondays do, which I have a huge Black Metal Monday. Huge. Tons of stuff to show. Yeah, and it's a good one. There's some stuff on there that I'm sure everybody's going to be like, yeah, that was a really good pickup. So, again, thank you so much for all the support. And I am currently floating around ideas of doing another giveaway. So if I eventually get to 500 followers or subscribers, just to say, on YouTube, I'm definitely going to do a big giveaway of probably a couple of vinyl, and then maybe some tapes or CDs for like a second winner. And then obviously on Instagram, I'm at like 1,200 followers right now. I've been starting to post reviews over there, so please, if you're on Instagram and you're interested in hearing about some albums that I love, I've been just randomly posting reviews. I posted one today on an album that I recently just started to listen to, that came out this year, and then a couple days ago, that 4-way split that I mentioned. So I'm going to start doing more of those over there. So definitely follow me over there, and if I get to 1,500 followers, I am doing another massive giveaway, so I will talk about that on here whenever that happens. So once again, thank you so much for the support. Also, Night Shift merch, Wharflurch, definitely head over there and get these. There's just such a nice t-shirt. Have a great Sunday, guys, and I'll talk to you next week.